Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Wish You Were a Beer Show. I want to say thank you for joining us. If you've seen the show a million times, or if this is your first time tuning in, do us a favor, go down to the bottom, the About section. Don't go down to the bottom, but go down to the About section. Make sure you like it.
Bottom.
Yeah.
It's below us.
It's all bottom work. So Gabriel should be comfortable with it. But make sure that you're liking and subscribing, obviously here on the YouTube. Please follow us throughout our social medias, which are all listed down at the bottom of the screen currently if you're watching. So find us there. We spend a lot of time drinking beer and doing a lot of dumb shit that is not, well, it's internet rated.
Go ahead, a lot of things on the internet, including top secret documents.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Find your local whatever.
National Guardsman who's an idiot.
It wasn't Truth Social. What was that? It was Discord.
It was Discord, yeah.
Same thing.
Find us on Discord. It's under wishyourbeershow.lies. Now,
wait, Discord's the gaming one.
Sure.
God, I'm so old.
You are wicked old.
Yeah.
I love there's a semblance of agreement. Like,
it's
yeah,
fine.
you old. You
It's
old.
fine. It's fine. Everyone's fine.
Now, but thank everybody for stopping by. If you're unfamiliar with us, this is a weekly beer show we do every Thursday night here at 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, you can find us through the social medias. You can find us here online every Thursday. However you find us, please find us. Please follow along. It does a lot of good things for us and keeps this show going, which is nice. I'm sorry, Phil, what are you drinking?
Is that that's a Virginia beer one?
Nope.
Nope.
That's an manual.
Nope.
Nope.
That's not a manual. You know that.
What is it?
It's a Harvest Mouse.
Oh, so it is Tripping Animals, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's their
Good.
wheat
Good.
ale.
Good.
Yeah.
I love it. If you're unfamiliar with our show or you haven't caught up with it, we did a beer with Tripping Animals a while back ago. We also collaborated with Knuckle Bump Farms, and we got a lot of beers from Tripping Animals while we were there. And Phil is now just cracking one, or did you find that recently?
I've had this. I actually had this one a while back, and I'm in New York at Vero's now, and she had it in the fridge. So I said, "Oh, I'm gonna have this."
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And again, if you're unfamiliar with us, I'm Daniel. This is Tiffany. That beautiful bearded man is Phil. And Phil, you've been
Globetrotting.
You globetrotting. Like, how you been?
Great to be back. Great to be back.
Like, every time we see you on this show, you're in St. Martin, you're in Ireland, you're in New York now. Like, good Lord,
we didn't
Mark
see
Cuban.
him while he was in Ireland. He did post, but we didn't see him on the
That's fair.
because that would have been a real rough call for you.
Yeah, that would have been a 1 a.m., 2 a.m. show or something like that for me. And
Oh, yeah. I wasn't up anyway.
I don't do that anymore.
Phil does look like a leprechaun, and I'm comfortable with that.
Ireland.
Ireland really
did
worked.
you well?
From the waist down. Wait,
Oh, I look at Phil. My IPA will be very hard. Thank you, Gabriel. Been a wonderful show thus far. We'd like to. That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to bed.
we did set up a poll to see if anyone, because tonight we are drinking a soft IPA. So
Correct.
So far everyone's kind of split. I think we only have one person who has drank a soft IPA before. Oh,
It's
it
your
just went.
mom.
There's another one.
Sorry. Sorry.
It took me like
Calm down, McEnroe.
2 seconds too long to get that.
So, Phil, how are you? Because literally, we went 2 weeks without seeing you on this show.
Daniel really missed you.
I really missed you. Seriously.
Oh.
I enjoy seeing your face on the other side of the screen.
That's the whole reason we started this.
I enjoy catching up with you every week. That's literally why we started this show. So, how was your trip?
Yeah.
Anything crazy? You doing in Molly?
I did. I went and rubbed Molly's boobies.
Okay.
Oh, not Molly. Wait.
No, very different.
Oh, well.
Molly
Molly and I
Finnegan.
got along great. No, Dublin and Ireland was fantastic. We did the Guinness tour, of course.
Yes.
And I will agree with everyone who always says it. Guinness does taste drastically different in Ireland.
100%.
It better.
One thing I found interesting. So, like, we went to the Guinness brewery, and it was so like updated and new and fresh that I was like, oh, okay. You know, like it just,
Oh,
like I wanted to feel like I was walking into like a time capsule, and instead I walked into like the Super Bowl of breweries. You know, like, there's like flashing lights and like come over here and like put your face on the foam of Guinness, and it was just like, oh, this isn't what I wanted.
Interesting.
That is very like, yeah. Because so it's very like tourist geared. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we did a Budweiser tour, but it was like they had shut the tours down semi recently. I guess it was before pandemic, right? And then turned them back on, so it was like pure just production lines and stuff. There was like 10 of us at best.
Yeah, it felt less like exciting.
It was very much so. Yeah, it wasn't like we're gonna go tour Budweiser. It was like, yeah, we got a guy, and we're just gonna go hang out and like walk and talk about things. So,
but what I did kind of like was like, I mean, obviously this tour was wild. It was like 8 floors of just information. You just kept going up, and there was more. And I got to a point where I was like, all right, like there doesn't need to be this much information about this one beer. Like it was almost too much.
Right.
But then I got to, I learned how to pour a proper Guinness, which was great. And then obviously at the very top, there's a really cool space, and the food is great. But what I found interesting was I met some friends over there, and I asked a guy who was really into Guinness, and I was like, are you really, really into Guinness, or like, are you proud of Guinness? Like, because it is the country beer. And like, if you did that in the States, no one's really proud of most of the popular beers here.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't take someone to the Bud Brewery and be like, you gotta try it. It's so much better here.
Change your life.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're crazy proud of that beer. Everyone drinks it at every bar. It's available, and everyone is around you drinking it. So it was like, it was really cool to kind of see the pride of it, and then to also see just everyone actually really happy and drinking it. But it's funny, the Heineken has a version of it that they're now making called Island's Edge. I don't know if you've ever seen this beer.
Mm-mm.
But they're trying to somehow compete with Guinness.
Okay.
Which I found hilarious. Like there was always like an Island's Edge draft, and literally every time I tried to order it, the guy was like, oh no, we don't have it. Like
we don't serve that here.
Like we had a keg and it's gone, and we've never replaced it. Like, so it was like really hard to find. But overall, I mean, the trip was just wild. It was so much fun. So
I love it. And if you don't keep up on our social media, you can go find Phil pouring the perfect pour of Guinness on our Instagram. Put it on TikTok. I know that might be a dead thing.
It is on TikTok. I believe it's got like 700 views.
Oh, or I think you're talking 7. Yeah.
70.
We're blowing up on TikTok. But
well, I don't know anymore.
TikTok may be disbanded soon, so we haven't spent a whole lot of time there here in the States on it. However, we're blowing up on YouTube Shorts. If you're unfamiliar with this platform, YouTube Shorts is trying to bite into the world of TikTok and everything else, and Instagram Reels. So we've been posting a lot of YouTube Shorts.
You've been wild on the shorts. I saw you start posting on there, and I was like, well, I guess this is what we're doing now.
I love it. You know what my favorite is?
I have no idea what you're talking
about.
It
was my favorite nonverbal communication about this show we've ever had. You're out of country, and all of a sudden I posted 3 things to YouTube Shorts. You're like, well, I guess I got to post something to YouTube Shorts. And so you posted something. I was like, well, I guess I got to post something now. I love how competitive our social media game is.
It's true. I mean, and it's also funny because like that's such a way of us like telling each other to do it without actually telling. It's like the whitest version of that I've ever seen.
Well, you know what made me laugh is because you had talked about YouTube Shorts originally. Like, hey, YouTube Shorts.
3 months ago. If,
if you
I
guys,
think this is blowing up.
Like, if you make a video, just throw it on YouTube Shorts for no fucking reason.
Just like this beverage.
Oh, are we having a different beverage?
Yeah.
Oh, you goddamn right we are.
Oh, God.
We're having a Natter Days.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's a Natty Light, but it's a strawberry lemonade.
I just wanted to, when someone mentioned 420, I was like, well, I got to pull our 420 that like type of beer. I assume this is what you would drink.
I would not. I don't
know, man.
I don't-
I just felt like we had
partake
to
in the
celebrate.
devil's lettuce.
We're gonna drink this.
Yeah, you goddamn right I am. So we have a friend at another brewery who's the same one who gave us the tour of Anheuser-Busch, and they're consistently offloading shit like this because it does so well on the shelves. So we have so many of these. We're like, we should drink a Natter Days on the show.
I'm sorry. Is it a neighbor's dog on the roof?
Okay, Andy. Oh God, that's really good.
It's actually really.
That's fucking upsetting.
What is this again? What is the flavor?
This is a Natty Light, but it's a Natter Days. It's a strawberry lemonade. Oh fuck, it's good.
I hate that. I hate
This
that.
is such a good beach beer. I hate this so much.
I hate that I know how good that is.
All right. Well,
they come in really small packaging too, so this is great.
Everything loves something that comes in small packaging.
It's huge.
Thank you, McEnroe. All right. I assume we're doing a beer tonight as well.
We are.
I think we should.
Yeah. Should we? Do we talk? God, it's been a while. Do we talk about what it is first and then show the promo?
Here's how this works, Phil.
Yeah, please remind me.
Every day's a new day. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
True story. There's no rules on the show
You
other than the ones
live your life, Phil. What do you want to do? You want to talk about it and then show the video?
I want to talk about it real quick.
Okay, let's do that.
So tonight we're doing.
Fuck, it's been a while.
We're doing a beer called Queens and Sons.
Correct.
From a brewery called
Kings and Daughters.
And I was pretty excited about this one when I opened it because I magically had it appear. And we're going to get into some can art, but
we'll get into can art. You can
this is for you, Phil.
Beautiful can art. I mean, the whole branding is phenomenal. But we got a little promo to get you a little insight on Kings and Daughters prior to talking about this beer.
Well,
it's not as good as that Natty Saturdays.
No, it is not.
Or as big.
Happy 420. We're going to drink this Natter Days.
All right.
After the promo.
Is it? Don't you know?
Timmy and I both were like, of course he put some Irish music behind it. Like, God, you spend 5 days there and all of a sudden you're a potato farmer.
Well, what's crazy is I only have about 10 songs to choose from when I do. And I actually didn't even think of the Irish aspect when I picked it. I actually picked it because it just looked correct for this brewery.
It did.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And then the second that it started playing, I was like, oh, yeah. Okay.
This is why it made sense.
Got a little influenced, I think.
So I reached out to this brewery early, and they were nice enough to get back to us. And
they were like, fuck no.
Well, number one, they'd seen our previous episodes.
They were like, we know you drink Natter Days.
Yeah. No, but they were nice enough to get back to us, and they responded politely, and they checked their schedule, and it just didn't work out for them. And we may have some details about why that is not a thing coming up in trivia, but they were nice enough to reach back out to us because it's always weird to me as a beer show. We reach out to these breweries every week, and sometimes you get ghosted. Sometimes you get a high level of interest and then ghosted. But this brewery was nice enough to be a high level of interest, and then actually it's not going to work for us, and they explained why, which is fantastic. Are already a big fan of how they do business because Give me a reason. Respond back to me.
In theory,
let
they
me know
don't owe
why.
you anything.
They owe me so goddamn much, and they're gonna find out why.
Nope.
I'm
Don't
sorry. It's
owe
not them.
you-
It's me.
They don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
Are they going to find out in?
Oh, trivia? Yeah, we should do history and facts.
Okay.
So, if you're unfamiliar with the show, this is the portion where we're going to do some history and facts or trivia. It's morphed into trivia, but we'll never get rid of that sound clip. So, if you're logged into, I assume YouTube if you're watching, but if you're my grandmother who's dead, you can be on Facebook or Twitter if you're Elon Musk mourning the loss of your first rocket. You can comment along with us. So if you're logged in through any of those medias, please make sure you comment along with us, answer the questions with us. And tonight we're doing trivia on
Queens and Sons from Kings and Daughters.
which is a fucking mouthful. I feel so bad for the British family
Wasn't that bad?
after saying Queens and Sons from Kings and Daughters.
Oh,
I'm like, no wonder Harry left. This is outrageous.
Wasn't that much of a mouthful.
I also wanted to give everyone we're test running something tonight. We're going to see if I can pull it off, but we will be putting the questions. If you're on YouTube, you can see the questions in the poll in the comment area. But we do want you to still type out your answers so we can bring them into the show, but also answer in the poll so we can see how everyone did.
Literally, we just want you all to know that we're working currently, and so now you do too.
We're basically tracking your answers. We are AI.
We are going to put it into Chat GPT. We're going to see what comes out of it.
How do you feel about non-binary relationships? We're
I
basically
actually
working for Biden.
I am AI. I actually
I am AI.
the real Phil died in Ireland.
It's my favorite movie of yours. I am AI. It's just you getting smacked by Will Smith. I am AI.
All right. So here we go. We're going to try this.
Let's do it.
Boom. And
All right. So we're going to start off with question 1. So prior to starting Queens and Sons Brewing, the owner and head brewer Kyle worked abroad as a brewer in what country? England, Australia, Spain, or New Zealand?
D.
I'm going to go ahead and give you like a head start. It's not D.
What?
So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
how you feel about your life now?
Yeah, I mean, I've got kind of a feeling like based off the name kind of feels like an English type thing. So I'm going with A on this one.
That was my other one.
Andrew's going with boo. That's not an appropriate response.
So I guess I'll go with A as well then.
Wait, I chose B. I chose my answer to D. I'm downing. I'm doubling down on the D. Sticking with D.
So far, the poll has us at 50% at D.
Gabriel's a wild animal. All right, Tiffany, what do you think?
I said A after D.
So you that doesn't count. All right. So
I
what's your
did.
answer?
It is A. I said A after
It
that
is
sentence.
A. Phil, what do you think?
I went with A as well.
Okay, A is the correct answer. So the head brewer did travel abroad with his entire family. So if you do a little bit of research on his brewery, like he has like 9 daughters and 1 son, which is where the whole brewery aspect comes from. The whole name of it comes from. The whole brand comes from. He uprooted his entire family and was like, well, I'm going to go brew in England to get closer to brewing. Like to figure out more like historic brewing and this and just like, you guys coming along?
I mean, I could do that.
You don't have a choice.
Do you want to go work or live
No, I
in the
do not.
Netherlands?
No, I do not.
Netherlands, France.
Oh,
Britain?
yeah, I'd love to make shoes or cheese. No.
God, I love the idea of Daniel living in France.
Could you even imagine? You know what I hate more than the French? People who are intolerant of other cultures. Kevin, welcome. Good to see you, bud.
Kevin came in at good timing.
He came in at great timing.
No need to rewind. You
But yes.
came in at the pinnacle.
So the head brewer and the owner literally he uprooted his entire family to go to England and was like, I want to get closer to like where some of the beers I enjoy started. I want to figure out more about them from a broader horizon versus what's available in the United States. And he dragged his whole family, all his kids. They're probably dumber for it, but they're doing okay. They're doing okay.
And they have really cute accents.
No, they don't. No,
Oh.
they don't.
I haven't heard them talk.
They have English accents, but like Yankee English. Like they sound like Phil.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
All of them are like, well, we have both siblings here with us.
Look,
There's no L in both.
There is.
There's no L in both.
English both.
No. Massachusetts is the only fucking place in the world
It's a
that puts an L in both.
I think it's just a me thing.
No, it's Massachusetts. I've been there a few times now, and I heard a bunch of your dumbasses up there. I tell you what, I'm uncomfortable with both of you.
Nothing better than Virginia calling Massachusetts dumb.
Could
All
you
right.
even imagine?
I mean, I'll just stay
Gabriel
quiet.
knows what's up.
I love it.
He's from Crap Sandwich.
All
All right.
Let's roll question 2. So, the term soft,
Oh, that's not good.
calm down,
Oh, okay.
everybody.
We
It's
should fix this.
No. The term soft in the realm of an IPA is becoming more common in describing IPAs. What dictates a soft IPA? Who came up with this term? Why could this even exist? What makes a soft IPA? Is it New Zealand hops, flaked oats or oak milk, Pilsner malt with oak milk, or flaked oats with New Zealand hops?
Pilsner
Ooh.
malt with oat milk.
I'm
No.
gonna go with Kevin
No,
here.
no.
Bunch of massholes.
No, I've changed
That's
it.
what makes them soft.
I want to go with flaked oats with New Zealand hops.
Commonwealth on Commonwealth violence here. Okay, thank you.
Valid.
Yes, you
Valid.
are correct.
And I was over here
Just
in
2
California.
Commonwealths complaining about taxes.
We got a lot of split answers here happening.
I love it.
Everyone's-
I said D, right? I think that's what I said.
Sup, chuds? Sup, chud? Singular.
Mr. Bell. Get it? Because it
All
says
right.
kettlebell.
Gabriel's going with D. Flaked oats with New Zealand hops. What did you get in the poll that you took, Phil?
Right now, we're at 40% say B.
Okay.
God, that's the other one I was thinking about too. God, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea what dictates this.
I feel like
I feel like a lot of things. Of course
it
you are,
can't just be New
Andy.
Zealand hops because
You have one baby. I know you stuck with D.
Can't be New Zealand because we've had other beers with that.
Okay.
We've had. I don't know why you'd put oat milk in the beer. That seems ridiculous.
Who wouldn't? Not a correct answer.
So I'm between B and D.
Okay. What do you think,
I
Phil?
keep going back to D, but I feel
You
like
have to
it's
pick
very
one,
specific.
B or D.
I don't know if I need to pick anything.
No, you need to pick one. It's not a choose all that apply. Pick one.
I feel like there's got to be some oats here as well. So I'm just going to go with B because I don't feel like the hops are going to necessarily be, they have to be specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna go opposite of Phil because one of us has to lose.
You lose.
Okay.
So
Not with this shirt.
not with this shirt. Fuck you, McEnroe. So no, it is flaked oats or oat milk. So the whole idea of a soft IPA, which is becoming way more prevalent, like you're starting to see it more and more in the industry. It comes from the flaked oats or potentially adding oat milk to it.
What if you do both?
Then
Or both.
both. I
Sorry,
apologize.
that's what I meant.
Yeah,
And
both.
I said it correctly, and then I was like, no, I gotta say it wrong.
So if you do both, you don't have an IPA. But flaked oats or oat milk, depending on where you're doing it in the mash tun or not.
I mean, technically, you could do it both and still have an IPA.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
Because I've already done trivia.
Did you research this? We didn't Kevin away in.
You goddamn Kevin ain't made an oat anything other than oatmeal this morning. Exactly. It comes from snowflakes Kevin has already been discounted. Now, so at the end of the day, so when you're thinking about a traditional IPA that has a lot of that like heavy tongue bite or like heavy hop burn, so when you take a flaked oat or an oat milk potentially, and historically these are also brewed without adding any hops to the actual boil. It's all after the fact. It gives it a way creamier mouthfeel, a way softer mouthfeel. So you get a lot of different things out of this beer when you think it's going to be an IPA and you're worried about it and it's hot burn, it's too strong or whatever, and all of a sudden it drinks like a stout or drinks like a cream ale. That's where the flaked oats and the oat milk come in.
All right.
Oh, wait. Was that question 2?
Yeah, we're going into question 3.
You're goddamn right we are.
What happens at question 3?
So this is the point of the show because we only have 4 trivia questions because I'm lazy as fuck. We're halfway through trivia, so we're going to crack this beer. We're going to drink it throughout the rest of trivia so we can get a full round like flavor profile of it. So when we actually talk about it, it's not just shock jock. And tonight we are drinking Queens and Sons, which is a soft IPA, just like Phil's dead, from Kings and Daughters Brewery, which is out of Oregon.
Yeah, I think so.
Fort Hood.
It's near...
I've been to Fort Hood.
Have you?
Not recently.
But have you? I thought you told me you hadn't been.
It's
to
a
Oregon.
sexual joke.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. I was like, I thought we talked about you hadn't been to Oregon yet. Never mind.
My wife knows all about the soft mouth feel. God, Kevin. It's the brewer's motto. All right.
Question 3.
I hate this show so much. All right.
He's still doing this.
This is a really easy one. True or false? 50-50 for everybody in the comments.
True.
Queens and Sons. Notice that's in...
Yeah, it's because
maybe it's not the name of it. When they first were... Okay, Queens and Sons was the first beer that Kings and Daughters brought to market. True or false?
True.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like it should be true, but then to me, it just seems like such a crazy thing to say. Hey, would you like a Queens and Sons from Kings and Daughter? Like, it's just not good marketing for the first beer. So I think they did something a little simpler on the first one. And then this kind of became a beer that was like hilarious. So that's my guess on this, but I could be completely wrong.
Well, we got... I assume trick. Fake news. False. Blake.
Everyone so far, we got 100% are saying false.
I said true.
You said true. You said false.
Yeah, so either I'm the only one who's right or I'm, again, the only one who's wrong, which I feel is probably again this time.
You are the only one that's right. This is the first beer they brought to market.
Wow.
So when the head brewer...
Take that, motherfucker!
When the head brewer finally figured out like his brand, his everything, like this was the first beer he made and took to like expanded markets. Like he had been home brewing for years. He had done all these things. And he was like, well, I'm going to make this beer that I figured out and I'm going to take it to market. And here they are years later, still shitting this beer out with the original recipe. They haven't done many iterations of this beer. It hasn't changed much. It's still the original recipe, like 95% of it. And they're still distroing it heavily. And it's #1 beer in the tap room.
It's delicious.
Yeah. I can kind of see why so far.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there.
I will have a couple of these, and unfortunately, I only brought one.
So you will have one.
Correct.
Good math.
Good math. Well done, soldier.
All right. We ready? There's more to that.
So ready, it hurts. All right. So Kyle, who is the head brewer and the owner, his first head brewing job was with what brewery? Full Sail Brewing, Double Mountain Brewery, Oregon City, or Shattered Oak Brewing? This is a crapshoot unless you did some research on them.
I was like, I don't know any of these breweries. So
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna go with Shattered Oak Brewing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this question because it gives us a lot to talk about.
It does.
Out of these 4 names, I guess, what's your favorite name for this breweries?
I'm okay with
Mine
that.
was Shattered Oak, so I went with it.
I love that
Shattered.
Kevin said Double Mountain, if you know what I mean.
2 boots.
I don't, Kevin.
Someone who hasn't had mastectomy.
Kevin goes to dinner at Twin Peaks a lot.
Vero says B. Andrew says Tenacious D. I'm for all these answers.
Well, the live poll has 40% say B and 40% say D and 20% say A.
Nice. And what did you say, Phil? Because you didn't answer.
I'm gonna go with B because I think Vero probably knows.
Well, that's too bad. You should have gone with Gabriel. D for the win. No, it is not D. What did you guess? You said D? All right.
Because Shattered Oak seemed like a cool name.
Yeah.
It's
So
a good name.
This is a funny question because all these breweries are actually in Oregon. And Kyle actually worked for 2 of them. So while he was still in college, he worked at Full Sail Brewing. That's where he cut his teeth, so to speak, in the brewing industry. He was a cellarman. He did some packaging, like some other bullshit. And then dude got his degree. So dude got his degree. And when he graduated college, he actually went to work for Double Mountain, where he worked his way up. That was his first head brewing job, was at Double Mountain, before he went to England and also brewed there before he came back and then started the brewery.
Well,
So
you should have picked Shattered Oak purely on name.
so it's crazy. So I looked up Oregon City and Shattered Oak versus where they are versus Double Mountain and Full Sail. Oregon City and Shattered Oak have a shitty location. Like they're just
What
in
do
a
you mean?
terrible place.
Where are they?
Whatever is downtown get robbed. But Double Mountain and Full
Did you go to
Sail.
Portland or was that me?
I don't have to. I Google mapped it and I looked up some demographics on it. And trust me, Double Mountain and Full Sail, you should go visit. Oregon City, Shattered Oak. If you have Shattered in your name and you're not the Rolling Stones, I don't know, boo.
I mean, we met and
I don't know.
we were
I don't
both
know.
shattered.
Shattered.
Okay.
No, but I love, so it was funny to read about like his story because he is like a beer nerd without being a beer nerd. So like he just like got into the beer industry like in college and was like, well, I drink beer. I should make beer. So then he homebrewed and then he worked for a couple of like smaller like subsect breweries and then was like, well, I'm going to be a head brewer now. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to move to a foreign country with my whole family, figure beer out for real,
You think he had this
and then come back.
this much of a
That's
plan early on?
No, not at all. Not
Okay.
based off of his pictures. I don't think he had any plan.
I mean, it is pretty wild to have a head brewing position and then disappear
Yeah.
to England.
And
Yeah.
then dart off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back.
Especially with a bunch of kids, like a family, like, and so like with the more research you do into his brewery, it's extremely family oriented. It's all about his kids. Again, he's got 3 daughters and 1 son.
I thought you said 8 stepdaughters and
Well, I mean,
one
it
son.
feels like 8, I'm sure, for him on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, he's got 3 daughters, 1 son. He's built a whole brewery around it. His can art reflects it. His brewery names, or his beer names reflect it. Like, he's built a brand around what he feels is important, which strike 1 is not important.
Oh,
Oh, just me.
okay. Guess I'll see
No,
how
but
itself out.
I legitimately liked their story, which is rare for me in the beer world. Like, yeah, great. You were a chemical engineer, and then somebody who owned a stock in Ford, and then you bought a Kevin. Right. Like, great. You ale works, and now I got to hear about it every day at Tradition. Like, I get it. I get it, Kevin. No,
But
but
a little bit more of a passion story.
yeah, I love a good passion story about daughters and stuff. No.
Nope.
Nope. Wait.
You know
No,
what
but
you should get a tape recorder. Just
you
record yourself.
should record yourself. I think you might be surprised at what comes back. No, but I really did. I dug their story. I thought it was like a really cool family story. Like, I think their can art reflects it. Like, it's representative of their brewery, where they come from, what they're trying to achieve. You could see the entirety of the picture of what they want to be as a brewery.
Yeah.
Based off their about section, their can art, their beers, their names. And I'm like, oh, I know who you are as a brewery right off the bat. I don't even have to be there. I don't have to know you.
I know who they are as people, even, you know, like
100%.
Everything about this brewery and this brand, you're like, oh, I know this person, which is great, you know. And then you see their photos, which we saw in the preview thing, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I expected. Like, everything just fits. Like, the imagery, like the way they dress, the whole look of all the photos that they have online for everyone to see of them, like, it all fits.
It's amazing fucking brand management is what it is. And I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah, same here.
Yep.
Unlike Kevin. No.
The words. Kevin loved your joke.
He only made us an award,
but I'm going to bring it in. Kevin says, Vero says, and Gabriel says, purely judge them by the cover, you assholes. All right. Oh my God. Thank God Sonic showed up. Video games.
I had no idea we invited Sega and PlayStation. Obviously,
God, I fucking love Sega. All right,
way to age ourselves.
Sega's still a thing, right? No, that's fine.
All right, that's the end of trivia, which means we get to talk about this beer.
Yeah, let's review this beer.
Let's do it. All right, so if you're unfamiliar with the show, this is the portion of it which we're going to review the beer we just drank throughout trivia. We do use Untapped to review our beers. So if you're on Untapped, please follow us individually. Follow the show on Untapped. It's 1 to 5 bottle caps, 1 being a Natter Days.
I mean, that was pretty delicious.
We're not giving Natter Days a 1.
No, but 1 being the worst, 5 being the best.
I'm checking your Untapped later to see what you give that Natter.
Oh, I 100% give it a 5. All right. I checked it in before we even had it. And I was like, well, they don't miss.
Yeah.
Not since
Not
college.
with these flamingos on the can.
Flamingos.
They have flamingos in the can?
I know.
Okay. Like the yard ones. The ones like you stick in like at the trailer park. That's where they're from.
Oh, wow. God, you are judgmental.
I'm sure
I
saw them. It was in every like movie.
We're gonna review this beer, which is
it's called Queens and Sons. One day I'll figure this out. By Kings and Daughters.
And they're out of
Oregon. It's called Clackamas.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
The town was called Clackamas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. I didn't look that up. All right, Phil, I'm actually really interested as to what you think about this beer, because it is an IPA in the soft IPA term. Now that we know it's flaked oats or whatever else, is it smoother than what you thought it would be to be an IPA? Is it cleaner than what you thought it would be?
I think that, you know how I'm a big fan of put something on a can, make sure it comes out the way that I assume it's going to come out.
Yep.
So they actually, I do enjoy, you don't see the soft IPA written on cans very often. I don't know what a hard IPA looks like, but I'd love to see. Love to see.
I'll show you.
Oh,
okay.
That's just a hard P.
It's an IPA.
So
Sorry.
For me, this beer fits exactly what I expected. It tastes exactly like I expected. It looks like I expected. Everything, it hits across the board. It hits everything.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of experience with a soft IPA. I mean, we've had oat IPAs. We've had, different types of versions of what I assume a soft IPA is. This is fantastic. I'm really, really enjoying it. I think that this is one that I could have multiples of. It's not like it's a hazy where it's got that hard citrus. It's like really smooth, still carbonated, that it's enjoyable. I think I'm giving this one a 4.5. I really like this one.
I think that's fair, and I agree with you. Like it takes away a lot of the brashness of a regular IPA, so you almost don't know you're having an IPA with this beer, which is like a weird gateway drug for people that don't drink beer. If you can have an IPA that comes across with like this mouthfeel or this smoothness and not a lot of like hop bite, like good Lord. So I'm right on board with you. I also think it's a 4.5. This is a fantastic beer.
Yeah.
I can drink this shit all fucking
That's a
day.
very high score for you.
Especially for an IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
So,
really is.
You know how they make IPAs that are called like both coasts,
Mhm.
where it's like a slightly hazy or like
Well, that's
whatever.
the idea. Yeah.
This is a both coasts IPA. So in the cases where I've had well done both coast IPAs, this is kind of what it comes down to, where it slightly softens that bitterness from the West Coast,
right,
without creating an overly hazy or like heavy beer. I also really like this beer. I was talking about this earlier, but post dry January, like my taste buds came back like full force. So like IPAs were really harsh or would like just kill my palate really quickly.
Yeah.
So I loved like the flavor of them for like 5 to 6 sips. And then after that, I was like, it's just, I can't finish it. It takes me forever. This is perfect, like you mentioned, for like in a gateway. Maybe not quite a gateway, but like it's
right. Yeah.
It's way easier to drink. So I also love this beer. I'll go with y'all and go with a 4.5.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while since all three of us hit the same score.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually we're like a shade under or a shade over, but
yeah,
man, this one's really, really good.
It is really good. I'm mad I did not purchase a lot more of them. I almost did.
And once again, this beer also just kind of fits the can art, the imagery, the names, the beer. Like,
so when you think about this can and you see like this beautiful rose and like the hand holding it and the pink description of it, this is a smooth beer.
Yeah, this
like everything about it is crisp, smooth.
It would be so weird if they came out with some beer that was just like heavy and hard and like
100%.
It wouldn't make sense with this brand.
Well, so now I'm interested about that because now that we, ever since like last week we followed them on Instagram, we're looking into them a little bit, and they've released a shit ton of other beers, and the can art is just as crisp, just as clean, and I'm like, fuck, do y'all just make banger beers? Is this somebody I gotta find now?
I think we do. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't even think they don't have an actual brewery that you can go to.
No. They have a brewery. Yeah.
Because I literally couldn't find it when I was trying to find the location of it.
Were you in Ireland?
I was, yeah.
That was probably just the Irish. It was the IRA, like
Irish Google. Google.
They're like, oh, you're trying to Google places out of Ireland? Fuck you.
They may not have one. I don't know.
I think he was in England once. Fuck you.
I think they're about, according to Vera, which I'm seeing in the comments, I think that she says they're about to open one. So I think they've been doing,
contract brewing.
Yeah, distro brewing.
Which is also so great because then when someone's doing that, it's just such a passion project.
Well, that's always our thing. If you historically watched us on the show, we've had a couple of contract brewers on, and of all the people who care the most about their beer, it's always contract brewers. I'm trying to find a play. I only care about this beer. Please help me. I mean, we had Shoujo on.
Yep. Also contract. I don't think.
Good Lord.
I don't think they still haven't.
No. They still haven't found a brick and mortar. I reach out to them every day, but
do you?
They're great on social media. Shoujo is
fantastic.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun. They're such a fun couple.
They're so good, and their beer was so good, and to get the opportunity to go to Lincoln's Beard and hang out with them,
it was
and like
fantastic.
just drink beer with them, as like, Phil, I'm sorry, you're getting arrested?
Yeah. It's that time.
It's finally happening.
Yeah. You when you know you're in New York.
Do we have any Untapped reviews? Now that
Oh
you're
yeah. We can go through
real quick.
Here we go.
All right.
This is where we're going through some Untapped reviews. It's every brewer's favorite thing. We got to find out what other people thought of this beer, see if it matches what we think.
Yeah,
Go
and
for it.
Taylor Gear is on board with us.
Yep.
So I was pulled in by the name and can and the lure of a soft IPA.
It's literally why I purchased
But the
this.
beer also renewed my interest in hazy IPAs, which I think is a fun aspect
Again,
of this.
it's like I don't know. I feel like it's almost a gateway either into West Coast or gateway into hazies, depending on which spectrum.
Yeah, it's a beautiful middle ground of
really
like really
well
soft,
done. Yeah.
really easy. You still get some hoppiness, you still get some bitterness, but it's not burning your tongue off.
Right, and it's not like just a heavy hazy.
Now that being said, he got the Verified Adventure level 31 badge. So cute story, Taylor. We're gonna move on.
They're quite a bit. Yeah.
All right, so Donnie K, who's a supporter, says light, smooth flavor with some nice complexity. Holy shit, great can art on this one too. And my thumb's as big as the can.
Or just
Holy fuck!
put some lotion on, Donnie.
Put some lotion on, Donnie. We are not friends with Donnie, and that's too bad. We should look Donnie up.
Okay.
I'd like to be friends with Donnie.
Andy.
Very pleasant.
Yes.
Light, easy drinking. A solid 4 again.
You know what? I appreciate the filter on this. It's also soft.
Yeah,
It is.
100%.
You know, they
Homeboy
really
understood the assignment.
Yeah. Yeah. Although it also looks a little bit like my dick pics.
Yeah, where the can's bigger than the balls.
With the glasses.
Just me.
And heavily filtered.
And heavily filtered.
So you gotta get that close, huh? Gotta get that close to it and make it look bigger.
All right, very soft.
Also like my dick pics.
Yes. We keep getting back to Phil's dick pics. All right, so very soft. Oh, this is from Cinda. That's too bad. Floral and juicy, a tinge of pine on the finish. This one is very drinking, very easy. 4.5.
Yeah.
This one is drinking very easy. Licky face, or just taking tongue out, teasy face.
Or
Depends on if you're trying to get somewhere or not.
Right, exactly.
Could be a licky face.
Emojis are hard to understand.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cinda's into me or into Tiffany.
I'm not really getting a floral out of this.
I'm okay with the floral aspect, but it's so when you talk about mouthfeel, like mouthfeel is all the back end, but like the front end of it is still an IPA. It's still a little floral. It's almost like a hazy.
It does have a little bit of floral.
You still get a little bit of.
I mean, I do appreciate the tinge of pine because that's the slight IPA aspect. But I'm not getting floral out of this one. Soft and juicy, I'm on board with you, Cinda, but I ain't getting.
Well, she earned the For the Can level 97 badge. So can you multiply 5 times 97?
No.
She's drank a few cans.
Cinda drank some beers, bro.
Some cans.
She only drinks cans.
Richmond has a beach.
No, it's not Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, it's not.
It's in Seattle. Where my heart's still there.
Do we have another portion of the show to do?
I'm with Gabriel on this one. It needs some spruce tips.
No, this one's perfect.
I'm for this. You can always throw for the soft. These answers are all correct.
All right. We go. I think that's it. I think the show's done, right?
No, we have one more portion.
Nope.
Yeah, one more portion.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, everybody. This is the portion of the show where me and Tiffany argue about what we thought about this week.
I have 2.
No, so this is the portion of the show where we take a second to think about what we wish was actually beer versus what it really is. So whether it's something from today, yesterday, what you're worried about tomorrow, what your grandmother made fun of you for as a child, we have a litany of options for wish you were beer. That being said, I'm going to let Tiffany go first.
Which one? Pick 1 or 2.
1.
All right. I wish personal assistants were beer
Fuck, that was mine.
Oh, that was mine too.
because it's
'Cause
really
I'm so high up
easy.
in my job, I have a personal assistant.
It would be really great if, like, beer, you could just go to a shelf and be like, "You look great." Not looks great, but like you have all the qualities that I would like.
You
And
like
then-
a sexually attractive.
I would like a soft IPA.
Oh.
No, but like you have all the qualifications I need. You're a perfect beer. I will enjoy you and then throw you away when I'm done. And then you don't feel bad about it. I would like to do that.
Okay.
Yep. I would like an $8 assistant that I can
Okay.
use and then toss away.
Cool story, bro. Phil, what do you got? I
it's been a
assume
long
it's
week, man.
Ireland. You wish Ireland was beer?
No.
No?
Because Ireland is beer. Daniel, I sent you a text about this earlier because I wish Big Nick's pizza joint in New York City was beer.
My sweet boys.
I know. So the story behind this is where Daniel and I went to college. There was a pizza joint about a block away from our school that we went to all the time called Big Nick's. It's where we found beer.
100%. Or savory.
It was the
19 years
Sangria.
old. We got pitchers of beer. We were drinking like crazy there. And it's been open for the past longer than 20, but since we've been there, it's been 20 years since we've been there. It's been open. And I went by it today and it was closed. And so if it was beer, it wouldn't have gone anywhere because beer's here forever.
Always.
Unless
So-
it's the
God,
whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of it
God,
right now.
I fucking love it.
I'm sad that Big Nick's is gone. We went there together too.
Yeah. One of the first times that Tiffany met Phil,
The
we went to
first
Big
time.
Nick's.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, that
I
was
have no
that,
memory of this.
that weekend. Well, we had been drinking.
Well, we drank.
Oh. Well, we had been, yes. Okay. This makes sense. Yeah.
We also hung out with Sarah. We did a lot of things that weekend. We went to Gray's Papaya.
We
went to
It was a
Gray's
rough
Papaya.
weekend.
So many hot dogs.
God, I fucking love hot dogs. If you don't know me as a person, then fuck you. I love hot dogs.
Ow!
All right.
We got any in the comments?
Yes, we do. Vero says, I wish doing laundry after trip was beer. Schlepping a huge dirty laundry bag to the laundromat. Not fun. Beer? Fuck yeah.
I mean, she
This
said
is fair.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kevin just says beer is forever.
Beer is here forever.
I get it.
Thanks.
Didn't realize that was a sweater. We talking about
We had a
Tiffany's
poll.
matching
We had a poll in the comments asking what people thought of Tiffany's sweater.
sweater?
I did realize it's a short sleeve sweater.
It is.
Uh,
You know, because
yeah.
when it gets hot outside, you need a sweater, but short sleeve.
Yeah.
Andy
Of course.
wishes pollen was beer because he's not allergic to beer. Not yet.
Just so you know, Tiffany, 80% of people love your sweater.
Oh, wow. 80% of 9 people love
It's
your
fantastic.
sweater.
It's got a ball over here on this shoulder. It's got a cool racket. And it's got stuff on the back. It's got the rest of the racket.
It's got a whole racket.
Wow.
It's Kate Spade.
God, I just have to say, it's great to be back.
I love it. I love
I
it.
didn't miss this at all.
I love this shit so much because, like, normally it's just me and Tiffany talking to each other, which is every day. And this is our once a week, like, oh, we get to talk to someone. Like a real person, like, who hangs out with us on purpose.
He actively chooses to talk to
He
us.
actively reaches out to
He
us.
makes
once a week.
Terrible
We should
decisions.
hang out. God.
All right. Well, guess what?
What?
We're doing this again next week.
Are we?
Are.
Apparently.
Why?
And I'm going to be back in St. Martin, which means my luggage is
You're gonna be
filled.
back in St. Martin next week?
Next week, I'm back. Back, baby. And I've
We're
got.
gonna-
a
I'm
bunch
back,
of beer.
baby.
We were gonna come
Not a
visit
cat.
you. Guess no, we don't have to.
So we got another beer coming next week. And this is another one out of Oregon because Tiffany went there and we're trying to get these done.
Yes.
But we went from soft and pillowy, and now we're going
Fuck you.
dark and raisiny.
Fuck. I
We're
love
doing
the California raisin.
Fracture. No, it's from Fracture.
Yeah.
I took 2 weeks off and I don't even know how to read a can anymore. It's just called Dark Lager.
Yeah.
Oh God. Come on, come up with a name. We already know how I feel about this. We're doing Dark Lager. It's got notes of toffee, raisin, and milk chocolate from Fracture Brewing out of Portland, Oregon. I'm excited. I love earlier when we were debating which one to do next week, and I have all these beers lined up over here, and I was like, you're like, oh, we got to do that other beer from Oregon. I saw the can art, and I went, that's the one.
That's the Oregon beer.
That's the Oregon beer. It's the Fred Armisen of artwork.
For the record, Portland is fantastic, and you should go visit if you.
Yeah.
Phil
I
has.
mean, you have, but I meant this is for the. It was the Royal U.
It's the Royal U.
Like all 6 people watching.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
So I'm actually flavor wise, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
Dark Lager.
Yeah,
They're
me too.
fantastic.
So I'm excited about that. I think that's all we got tonight, right?
Well, we got a lot
No
of other
guests?
shit to close out the show.
We got no guests. No?
I'm Daniel. That's Tiffany. That's Phil. You should come hang out with us every Thursday.
Every
Phil,
Thursday.
this is normally where you close the show up.
Yeah, but you're doing a great job.
No, I'm failing miserably.
No,
So
I think
join
Tiffany,
us
close it out. You're
next
so wonderful.
Thursday at 8 p.m. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we have to say that because eventually we'd like to maybe not work. So far, no luck because you need to like and subscribe. But yeah, so we'll be here next week, 8 p.m. doing a dark lager. If you can find one in your local area, bring it so we can at least all enjoy the same kind of beer together. And with that,
I'm going to go pee.
don't forget to go to our website. Daniel left, so I didn't know where my green screen was. And you can follow us and all of our socials.
Happy 420.
Yep. Good luck out there.